So as I was mentioning that Selenium comes in 3 flavors: Selenium IDE, Selenium RC Server, and Selenium WebDriver. So if you are claiming yourself to be a Selenium skilled tester, right? If you possess some skills in Selenium, then it is expected out of you that you know all these 3 flavors. You should be knowing IDE, you should be knowing RC Server, and WebDriver. Now, IDE is something which we will start today and hopefully try to finish off today itself, right? Because there's nothing much you need to know about IDE, because it's a sort of a record and play kind of like a tool, right? So you can record your actions which you perform, and Selenium IDE, any action that you perform, it is going to record it behind the scenes, and then you could play back those actions. So that's basically the purpose of IDE. I mean, it can do something more, which we'll talk about it later, but that's the basic behavior of Selenium IDE. So simple, very simple, easy to learn, and you will see it, you will learn it today itself, right? Okay, next comes your RC Server. Now, RC Server is something which is yesterday's technology. It is a sort of like an old story, not too old, but it's an old story, right? Meaning that if you walk into a project, chances are you might not be creating any scripts using RC Server. Then you may ask, why are you even bothering covering RC Server? I would say I'm going to keep it to pretty minimum. Now the question is, why are you even bothering to cover that when you find that we will not even be doing it? The reason for that is you might walk into a situation where they already have RC Server, a lot of RC Server scripts, right? So they are running it, and they are hiring you to do some new development, which you eventually would be doing in WebDriver, but you will be maintaining the scripts that were written by the guy who left that job because he got like $2 more someplace else. So he quit that company, he ran to the other company, and now they want to fill in this position. They call you, they interview you, and then you did fine, so they say, welcome aboard. And when you go there, if you have no knowledge of RC Server, now you are stuck because they have a lot of RC Server scripts, so you have to know that. And that is where we will be covering RC Server enough so that you can handle whatever is needed out of you, right? Okay, in the sessions, in the live session, this is called a live session, by the way. In the live session, if I am not focusing too much on RC Server, that doesn't mean that, again, we are trying to cut corners or not cover that topic at all. Why? Because, again, going back, I would have done that, quite extensively in my previous batches. So I'm going to give you some videos of those previous batches, so you could go and then watch those videos and do that. So over here, as you can see, Selenium Java must-watch videos, and if you go in there, a lot of videos in here. We have some topics that we cover in here where I might not go too much in depth into talking about those things in the live sessions, but you could always go back and then watch in the video. So the point that I want to make here is we will not leave you hanging out there without the knowledge of any particular thing that you need to know. All right, so we'll be covering RC Server. Now, the main focus of the course is going to be WebDriver. We will be doing a hell lot of stuff in WebDriver. We will be creating a lot of code. Now, when you hear the word code, right, you might think that, again, I'm not a programmer, I would not know. So think about this, and I want you to agree with me here on day one and know what you're getting into. We are going to be, at the end of this, you will be proud to call yourself an automated tester, Selenium tester, right? You are working in automation. If you're working in automation, the primary job of an automation test engineer is he or she should be able to do what? Write. write what? Scripts, right? You should be able to write scripts, build scripts, create scripts, right? Okay, now a script is nothing but a small program that you have to write. Now, if you want to write a program, then you should know some language. Selenium can pretty much understand any language. It can understand Java. It can understand, let's say, Ruby. It can understand C#, .NET. It can understand Python. It can understand. So I can keep going, right? So it can understand so many things. Now, we cannot be learning all of this, right? So we cannot be. So to give you an example, I want to teach you how to drive. I cannot put you into every car which is out there, right? You should be learning how to drive a Mercedes. You should be learning how to drive a BMW, a Rolls-Royce, or Toyota Camry, or a Honda Civic, or Acura, or this. No, I won't. I mean, basically, anybody would teach you in one or two, right? Usually one car, and then they expect you to become, to know the driving. That's what we would be focusing. Now, you would say that which car are you going to teach me? Meaning that which language? Are you going to teach me C# or Python or Ruby or Java? Which one? Now, that basically is the need of the industry is they want you to know Selenium using Java, right? And that is exactly what we are going to be focusing in here. We will be doing Selenium with Java. Now, so you would say, what is Java? Well, I would say Java is a programming language. So Java is a programming language. And why do you need a programming language? Because you have to write scripts. You write scripts using a programming language. So basically, for you to write any scripts, you need to know any one of this, and we are focusing on Java. So we will be learning Java programming language. Now you would say that, wow, so you mean to say that I am going to become a programmer? I would say no, because this is not a programming class. This is a testing class. So you will learn Java programming from a tester's point of view. So I'm not trying to make you a programmer, but I will teach you enough of Java programming that you will be able to write some nice, good scripts, automation scripts. Now you would question, like, what are these scripts? What do they do? Basically, you write scripts. Why are we writing scripts? We write scripts to do what? To do the testing. Now you would say, what are we going to test? I would say you would be testing basically applications. So now you would ask me, what is an application? And what are the different applications out there? Give me some example. So I would say that if you see this website, this is an application. This is a DICE application. And this application is about, jobs, right? So this application, whatever this is, it runs in a browser. So when you run some program, something in a browser, that application is called a web application. All right? Okay. Now, I have 3 phones. You would say that, look at this guy. He's boasting about his phones. He says he has 3 phones. Well, because these things, they bring bread and butter, right? Meaning I do mobile testing class. So I have to show you guys how to do the testing and all that. So I have of course, an iPhone, I have a Samsung Note 2, I have a tablet, and I have a iPad. Because, I need it. So when something is rendered, when something is showing on a phone, on a device, that is called what? That is called a mobile application. So there is a web application, there is mobile application. Are we going to learn to do the testing of mobile application? Answer is absolutely not. We are going to focus on the web application. So what is a web application? Something that runs in a browser. So we will be learning using Selenium. I will be showing you as how to test what? Test the web application. And how do you do that? basically you do that using either IDE or RC Server or WebDriver. The focus will be WebDriver, but today you will see that I will start IDE and I will kind of like finish off IDE because it's that easy. I can do that. That's why I'm claiming that I can do it, right? So let us see how we can go and test a web application using Selenium IDE. Now you would say, what do you mean by testing? Now you and I, we have a problem if you ask me that question. Because if you ask me what is testing, then I would say that, oh boy. Because the prerequisite for this course is you have to be a manual tester. Now you cannot jump into this course without manual testing background. So you have to have manual testing. So I don't want to take you as a student in this course if you do not have manual testing background, because the only thing that I will not teach you in this course is manual testing. I will not tell you, what is a black box testing, what is a, white box testing, what is, integration testing, what is regression testing, because I expect you to know all of those things. What I will show you is how to actually write scripts so that you could go and then test those applications. All right, that's what I am going to show you. And very soon, in the next 5-10 minutes, you will see me going and using IDE, and I am going to test a web application. All right, okay. Now, so one of the questions here is, so we use Selenium to test web apps. How about the standalone applications? Okay. Now, what do you mean by standalone? Standalone is basically your desktop application. So let's say if you're working for a company like Hertz, right? Or you're working for Bank of America, or you're working for Merck Pharmaceuticals, Sanofi Pharmaceuticals, or you're working for Johnson & Johnson, or you're working for Verizon. How about AT&T? How about if you're working for TD Ameritrade? I can keep talking and saying and throwing those names at you. So these companies, they have their businesses, whatever their business is. Meaning, if I'm AT&T as a business, what is my business? To sell my phones and my service, right? So that's their main business. But to run their business, they have to have their own systems to run it. Meaning that if they sell it to like 3 million people, they have to do their accounting, right? They have to do the billing. They have to do so. That is the you just don't make somebody a customer, but then there is a lot of things that you do to that customer. Not only allow him or her that phone service, but you will bill them. And then the customer will call. If there's a cheap guy, he or she would say that, can you waive this because you charge me, you overcharge, whatever, right? I mean, I did that, but I don't have time now to do that. I was thinking the other day, you are on the phone for like, 20 minutes and you're trying to save your $5. Come on. I think at the end of the day, it's better you just give those $5 and not waste your 20 minutes, because in those 20 minutes you could be reading a relaxing book, or you could be doing some sort of meditation, or you could be praying, you could be swimming, you could be playing basketball, whatever, right? But you're after that $5. So I don't dispute anymore, right? If it is like $5, $10, I let it go. Anyways, why did we got into that? Because I was asked a question about can Selenium do standalone applications, which are desktop applications. Now, unfortunately, Selenium cannot do desktop applications. There are other tools out there. The most popular tool which is out there is Qtp. It's HP's tool, Qtp, and I guess majority of you have done Qtp, and because that's kind of like a stepping stone. If you want to get into automation, people by default go and then do Qtp. So Qtp is that tool that will help you do the desktop or standalone application testing, and Selenium will not. So you would say that Selenium is inferior because Selenium cannot do something that Qtp can do. Well, sure, that's the point. But here is my defense. My defense is, for you to test anything using QTP, right? Before even your tester can move a finger, you have to spend almost like, $20, $30, $40,000, because QTP is a licensed, it's a commercial product, meaning that you have to buy it. And fortunately, unfortunately, Selenium is free. It's an open source. So what do you mean by open source? Open source means that it is free. A lot of intelligent people, they put their heads together and then they brought out this such a nice product. But there is a misconception. We always think that, if there is something free, maybe it is not valuable and stuff like that. But again, you might have already heard me saying this in my previous, batches or videos. I respect Google a lot, right? Because I come from a third world country. I mean, probably it's no longer a third world because they have a lot of money in their pockets right now. But when I left that country about 20 plus years ago, it was a poor country. I mean, so I'm originally from India. Now, in basically, if you come from that background, and I'm not trying to point India, in many countries, different cultures, they have different perception about things. So if I get something for free, maybe it's me, I don't know, but I don't see value attached to it. I think it's a free thing. But try to sell that to me for $50. I mean, before anything, I'm gonna pay a lot of attention to that thing because I have paid $50 to own that, right? So I'm paying attention to it, right? So maybe a lot of people out there have similar perception about Selenium being free. What is this? It's a free tool. Now, that wrong misconception is laid to rest when a company of the magnitude of Google went out and adapted this tool. They said that it is a fantastic tool. We are using Selenium for our testing. Now, when a company of that magnitude, that size, like Google, if they do it, I'm going to blindly follow. And I will say that, well, if they do it, maybe it's a good thing, right? So if America is doing it, then yeah, everything is good. Right? Yeah, most of the time it is. Sometimes it is not. But you know what I mean. So Selenium is a good product, and now many companies are using Selenium because you don't really have to put a lot of money to implement it. The only expense a company has is in terms of its people. So if they find good, smart people to do Selenium testing, they're very happy because they don't have to spend any money buying the tool because it's open source, it's free. Now, Selenium can test web applications on PCs. How about web apps on Linux and system? It doesn't matter. I mean, the hardware is not of any significance here because Selenium, for the purpose of what we are going to use Selenium for, which is the web apps testing, it is the GUI testing, meaning that we don't care whether it is hosted on a Linux server, on Ubuntu, on Sun Solaris, on whatever it is, right? So because we are going to test anything that is visible in a browser. So if something is in a browser, now if the machine is Unix, it doesn't matter to me. If the machine is Sun Solaris, Linux, Windows, it doesn't matter to me because I am basically going to do GUI testing, graphical user interface, meaning that I'm going to go and let's say if they hire you at eBay and then they tell you that, okay, we want you to go and test this application because we have built this application. We want to make sure that this application is working fine, right? So how would you know that it is working fine? How can you test? If I give you a pen and if I ask you, can you test this pen? I mean, how are you going to test it? You will say, okay, let me write my name on a paper, and if it writes, well, at least it's working because it's writing. If I have like a $250 pen, and if that pen cannot write, I mean, what good of a pen that is? Because it cannot do its primary job of writing. So what is the primary job of a website? Well, to show something, this is their logo. Is the logo visible? Okay, yes, it is. What else can I test in this website? Well, they are saying that you can search for something. So if I come in here, if I come to this website, and here, if I put something, what can I search for? Well, I am going to search for, let's say, I don't know, what do you want to search for? You want to search for Disney tickets, right? So you put in Disney tickets, you click on search. What do you expect? You expect some results to show up for that Disney ticket. If it is showing you nothing here, or it is showing you minus 374, how can something be minus? There is something wrong here. What do you mean by wrong? Meaning that there is a defect, there is a bug, right? So if an application is not behaving the way it is supposed to behave, then there seems to be bugs in it, right? Okay, so I think that's fair, right? So we have been hired, they are paying us to go and find out if there are any bugs in an application. So how do you test an application? For majority of you who are manual testers, you know you have to write a test case. So here is the test case I'm going to write to do what? Let's say I am going to believe it or not, last year, I'm repeating myself, I went to Europe. I liked it because the first time in my life I took 5 weeks of vacation, continuous 5 weeks of vacation. And I was very happy about that, right? So if you are happy about something, then that means that you want to do it again, right? So if you are happy about taking this course, and if this course works for you, you will come back and you will take more courses here again, don't you? Yeah, I think that's human, tendency, our behavior. That's how we do it. So now I plan to go and then have some more fun this year. So let's say I go to an application called Travelocity.com, right? Let's say they hire me here, and they say that, well, whenever I come here, it takes away my attention. I mean, why do they have to put these kind of pictures? I mean, it takes out my focus, man. I mean, come on. Hopefully it is. Oh, she's still there. So I cannot test it, so I got to go and test something else. Well, you got to focus. Come on. So how about Expedia? If there is something like Expedia, I see nice, clean, neat, right? Okay. No more distractions. Okay, so let's say Expedia hires me. I'm a Selenium tester. They hired me, and then they said that, well, we want you to test this website. So when they say test this website, so they should give me something called a test case, right? They should give me test cases, right? They should give me one or more test cases to search. So one of the test case here for Expedia is I should be able to book a car, or I should be able to search for the flight. So test case is search flight, right? Okay, so we are searching the ticket price of a flight, for a flight, whatever, of a flight. All right. So we want to go and search for the ticket price of a flight. Now, this is my test case. Now, if I am searching for a ticket price for a flight, I have to, do you agree that I should know where I'm going, right? So there are some test steps that I have to have. First is, for me to do that, I have to open a browser, right? Which browser? How many browsers are out there? 15 browsers, right? Now, what are the common browsers out there? Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Opera, blah, 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 right? Now, let's do one. So let's go with FF, which is a Firefox. So open a browser, Firefox browser, right? And go where? Go to Microsoft or go to Bank of America? No, go to Expedia, right? And navigate to Expedia.com, right? So that's my first step. So why don't I number them? So this is my first step, okay? All right, after I go here, I mean, do you want me to randomly do something? No. What should I be doing? What is my test case? I should be going and searching for the ticket of a particular flight. Flight. So somewhere over here is flight. So next thing is click on the flights link, right? Okay, makes sense. So I'm gonna click on this. Okay, this is manual testing, right? See, clean. We have no nothing to bother here, so which is good. So okay, number 3 is what? Here, is it a round trip or a one-way trip or not? It's a round trip, right? So number 3, make sure round trip is selected. And number 4, what would you do? I mean, is this, honestly, tell me, please tell me, are we even using our brains here? Really? I mean, we have a 6-year-old niece. She goes and plays so many things on the computer, right? I mean, sometimes like I'm ashamed, like, I mean, look at her. She's like so fast she can do, and she shows me this and because, you know, they have made things so user friendly these days that, you know, they have literally dumbed us down. I mean, you know, if you pay me $3.49 and if there are like 7 people in the session, I cannot even do the math. I have to have my calculator and I have to, you know, because I don't know how much is $3.49 times 7. I don't. But you know, when I was growing up back in my country, you wake me up and you tell me at 2 o'clock in the morning, like, what is 733 times 42? You know, I'll take like 5 seconds, but then, you know, maybe a little more than 5 seconds. But I did not need a calculator then. But now they dumbed us down. So here, I mean, I don't want to take away your efforts, but I want to, you know, the point here is, it's, if you know what you're doing, if you have a mentor who can, you know, take your hand and walk you through, life is good in Selenium. Life is simple. You can do it. It is easy. You just need somebody. And there are so many people like me. I'm not the only guy. I mean, I don't have wings here, right? I did not come from, I mean, there's so many good trainers out there, right, who are doing this noble job of sharing their knowledge, right? So, I mean, you are here with me, you know, thank you for it. And I appreciate, you know, you giving your business and continuing with me and then being with me. And I promise you that I will deliver. And so let's continue. So coming back in here, make sure round trip is selected. Okay, this is. Now, what do we have to have? If I need to find out the ticket, I have to tell where am I going from. So enter, leaving from airport, right? So let's say I'm leaving from, where am I leaving from? I live in, you know, New York, New Jersey area. So I would say JFK is my airport. So I would put JFK and then that's that airport, right? Next thing, what it is saying is, tell me your departing date and the time. So if you see here, let me just copy what I have in there and let me put it in the notepad. I have to enter the date in this format. So I can click here. Let's say I'm you know, going away for this weekend, so I am going to select this Friday. That's that. Time could be any time. You drop down and take the time and going to. So now I have to be very organized here in terms of every little thing I have to make it as a step. So my next step is enter the leaving airport, and as an example, we will go with JFK. You give me your airport code. I mean, it doesn't matter. And the next thing is enter the departing date, right? Or select, right? If you don't want to enter, just select, right? Well, it's basically the same. And as an example, it is 03, month comes first, and then comes the date, and then comes the 2-digit or 4-digit year. Okay, so that's that. We entered. And then we have to enter the time, and then going to, I have to enter the going to where I'm going, and then things like that, right? Okay, so that's my test case. That's what I have to do step by step by step by step. I have to. This is what? This is English. You're writing this test case in English. Now, how can I do it in Selenium? How would I do it in Selenium, right? Because what is Selenium? Selenium is nothing but it is a tool. It is a tool. It is an automation tool which will help automate my actions. So my action is I'm coming here, I'm typing something, I'm coming here, I'm selecting something, I'm coming here and I'm clicking something. That tool will do it for me. Why do you have to do that? Because if let's say, if they tell me to do the automation, if they tell me to do the testing, and the testing for this site is what? I have to enter the airport, I have to select the date, I have to select the time, and I have to select the going to airport. Let's say I'm going to Miami, so I will select Miami, and I will enter the date I'm returning, let's say next month, and the time I'm returning is 8 p.m. and I'm going 2 people, so I select 2 people. So all this I'm doing, right? So now after I spend, how much time did I spend in doing this? Probably 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, or maybe if I'm very fast, maybe 1 minute, right? Or 2 minutes, the most. We have to be realistic. To do all this, it took me 2 minutes, right? Now, let's say the company tells me that you have to do for all 50 states, right? And every state, believe it or not, we have at least minimum of 2 airports, more than 1 airport. Some has like 4 or 5 or 6. So even if I go with 2, so there are 100 times I have to do it. Now, do you agree with me? And you know, you don't have to admit to me in words, but at least in your head, do you agree? Even the most pleasurable thing you are doing, pleasure you're gonna get out of it. But if you have to do it 100 times, you're like, what the heck, man? I'm bored. After like 5, 6, 10, 15 times, you're like, I'm bored. I'm not enjoying it. So here, same thing. If you do not enjoy it, if you don't enjoy it, you will make mistake. If you make mistake, then you are not giving the right results. And if you're not giving the right results, then the bugs are not getting identified. So to make the process, productive, so that you don't get fed up, you don't make mistakes, you don't get locked into a monotonous job, what they do is they come up with this automation tools. So what you do is you should know as how to run that automation tool, how to use that automation tool, right? Now, lawn mowers, right? I mean, why do you need, that lawnmower from, what's that company, Green Truck? Come on, you guys can tell me. You sit and then you mow your lawn. What's that green tractors, lawn mowers? What's the name? It's skipping my mind. Come on, you come on. Hello, are you there? Or I am babbling to myself here. John Deere? Okay, thank you. So why do we need that? Why do we need a snow plower or snow thrower? We could have used our shovels to do that, right? Because, I mean, they do things much faster, right? You can walk to work. Why do you need a car, right? I mean, I was reading a book. She's talking about, that was New York's bestseller book. She's talking about being frugal. So she sold her cars and everything, and she's walking to work. I would say, come on, I cannot, even in the car for me to go to work in New York City, I live here, and it takes me, I mean, the distance-wise, it's about probably like if I drive on a non-traffic time, it will take like 15 minutes for me to get into New York City. In the morning, it takes me almost like literally, I'm not exaggerating, almost close to 2 hours to get into New York City, right? So imagine walking. I mean, why would you walk? So, so automation is good. Automation is, I don't have to sell it to you. I mean, if we do not innovate, if we do not automate, we would have been riding camels, we would have been riding, horses and whatnot, right? So it's always better to. So likewise, if there was no automation tool, we would have been doing manual testing and we would still be in caves, I guess, right? So automation is good. Selenium is good, right? So learn Selenium. So now you say, why don't you show me something? You've been talking all along. Show me something. Show me Selenium. Okay, here is Selenium. Okay, how many Seleniums are there? I mean, I shouldn't be saying how many Seleniums are there. What are the different flavors of Selenium? You say that, yeah, I know that there is IDE. You already told me that these three. But are we going to discuss about WebDriver today? No. Are we going to discuss about RC Server today? No. Are we going to discuss IDE? Yes. So where do I get the Selenium IDE from? Where do I get it from? Do I have to buy? No, you don't have to buy. It's an open source. So show me where to get it from. Okay, this is where you would get it. Today, we have Google. We have Google. Whatever you want, ask Google, right? Now, there was times when, children, they used to respect their parents, their father, for anything. They would come to a father, what is this, dad? What is that? Now, God forbid they even talk to you. I mean, they have to go and Google it. They have to go Facebook. They got to Instagram. They have to go this. So because the technology is there. So why don't we use this technology, right? So let's use Google to do what? To get Selenium. Selenium which one? Selenium IDE, right? Do I want to download that? Is it free? Yeah, let's try it. So Selenium IDE. So when you do Selenium IDE, right on the top, this link comes. And this is telling you to download Selenium IDE. When somebody says download, I'm of the impression that, it could be like a huge file that I have to download, right? And you will learn it very soon that it takes literally blink of an eye. How much time does it take for you to blink an eye? I did 5 times already, right? So that much time it takes to download Selenium IDE. Didn't I tell you that this is easy? This is all easy stuff, man. Come on, this is easy. There's a lot of money to be made, good amount of money to be made. Let's go and get it, right? Let's get that money. It's waiting for us. So let's download Selenium IDE. Okay, here is the deal. You have come to this. You have come to this site. You already know how to come to this site, right? So you went to Google. You said download Selenium IDE, and you are here, right? Okay, now we should know a little bit about what this site is telling you. This is like a Bible. This SeleniumHQ.org. This is like a Bible of, this is the Bible of Selenium. Anything and everything about Selenium is here. Meaning IDE is here, RC Server is here. Believe it or not, WebDriver is also here, right? WebDriver is also here. Today, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to worry about that. We'll come back to it. Wednesday, I'll come and I'll show you that. And in the next class, I'll show you. Let us focus this here. This is my focus, right? Okay, so why don't we, even though I don't ever would like to read anything like, did you notice that there was any PowerPoint presentation here? There was not a PowerPoint presentation because not that it's something that we cannot do, but I think that it has to be practical. I mean, why should I read something from a PowerPoint presentation when I can, share with you, show you, and still keep it interesting and be informative, right? So PowerPoint is like, okay, you have something, you're reading it from there. So here, but there are times when you have to read something as well, right? So excuse me for saying this, but you want to know what is Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. It's a Firefox plugin. Right there is the limitation of what Selenium IDE is. The limitation is with Selenium IDE, of course, with Selenium, any of the Selenium, whether that is IDE, whether that is RC Server, whether that is WebDriver, we are supposed to do testing. Testing of what? The applications that run in the browsers, right? What are the browsers? Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, right? But here it says that Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. That means with Selenium IDE, I can only test Firefox. Wow, that is the restriction of Selenium IDE. Using Selenium IDE, unfortunately, you cannot be testing Internet Explorer. You cannot be testing Google Chrome. So you can only do Firefox. But right now, it feels, it sounds like a big deal, right? But I will show you some secrets when we get into this course, right? Today is the free class, so I cannot give out my secrets in the free class. But once you come back, I'm going to show you some secrets that using Selenium IDE, you will become the master of testing using Selenium IDE. Even though it's a Firefox plugin, but you can test anything and everything under the sun using Selenium IDE, because there are some tricks which I will share with you in the future classes. But anyways, let's come back and talk about what is Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. That means that it works only with Firefox, which records, it will record and what? Plays. It records and plays back. What does it record and plays back? User interactions with the browser. So what is my interaction? I went in here and I typed here something like Ruby cucumber. That's what I typed in here, right? So my interaction is I came to this DICE website and I typed Ruby and cucumber and I clicked on this find whatever jobs, right? And then now it should give me that there are 173 jobs for this Ruby and cucumber. So that's like, okay, it is working. And then it is listing out the jobs and all that. So my interaction with the browser is I came to this site, I typed this and all that, right? Okay, so same is the deal here. It says that it will record whatever I do on any site. It will record that. It will record and I can play it back. So that's like automation. So with Selenium IDE, I can do automation. But how do you do it? Well, the way you do it is, first of all, you have to get Selenium IDE. How do you get it? You can download it. Where do you download it? Right here. It says 2.5.0, right? You can download it. Now, think about it. Here is what you have to pay attention to. Sometimes we get carried away and then, you come probably with an Internet Explorer and you come maybe with Apple Safari, or you come with something like an Opera. Notice on my machine, believe it or not, on my machine, I have Google Chrome, I have Firefox, I have Opera, I have Internet Explorer, I have app. So I have all these browsers because we will be doing some testing for these different browsers. So eventually you should be downloading all that, but that will come as we progress in this course. That will come in as we progress in this course. For now, I just want to highlight and then bring it to your attention that you have to come to this, you have to search in Google using Firefox because we want to download IDE and it's a Firefox plugin. So you come with Firefox and then you do this. You come and then hit on this, click on this 2.5.0. When you click on that, right, I blinked my eye, believe it or not, and in the background it said, you are going to install some software on your computer. Do you allow? Do you allow? Or maybe you accidentally clicked it. Do you know what you're doing? Are you allowing this? I would say, yeah, do allow. And notice what happens right now, right? When I do that, it takes 1, 2, 3, not even, 3 seconds. And I counted that too fast, right? Within 3 seconds, what I have here is, it says that, you are trying to download Selenium IDE for Ruby, for Python, for C#. Now, let me ask you this question. What in the world is Python? You would say that it's a big, huge snake. Sure, it is. But in the context of what we are doing, what is Python? What is Python? Now, that's the question. Now, did you notice that continuously for an hour and a half I am talking? I did not I did not pause. Now, let me pause and ask you this question, because after all, this is supposed to be an interactive session. I need to involve you in this, right? So I have mentioned something on this. I said something. So what is your understanding of Python? What the heck is Python? What is Python, right? What is Python? You could answer something which probably is incorrect. So what, right? Am I gonna give you $1 million for saying the right? No, but let's talk. Let's talk. Okay. So some of you guys, Erica says that it's a programming language. Excellent. That is the right answer, right? Amandeep says a programming language. Gracious, Mustafa, and Bill, Nevadit, Hari, everybody, right? Okay, it's a programming. So that is, thank you for participating. It is a program. So basically, coming back in here, it is saying that, I don't know, probably you might use Ruby or Python or C# or Java. So I am giving you all of this. So do you want to install all? Yeah, I will, because who knows, maybe tomorrow I might want to do some testing using C#. Or for that matter, I want to do something with Ruby or Python. So let me get all of them. Am I paying for this? No, so why not, right? Okay, you do that. And it's installed. Can you believe this? It's installed. It is saying restart. We are not restarting the machine. It says that, okay, you installed 5 of those add-ons and you should restart the Firefox right now. Okay, I'm going to do that. I will click on restart, and it might take 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and lo and behold, we are back, right? Oh, I talked too fast, right? So basically, we are back now, right? So it came back. Now the question is, did it install Selenium IDE? I would say yes, it did. But you would say, show me the money. Show me where did it install that. Where is it? Okay, this is what you got to do. To make sure that Selenium IDE is installed, you got to go up here to the menu, right? And here to Tools. Tools. You click on Tools. Click on Tools. And as you can see here, that's your Selenium IDE. You click on Selenium IDE. And what you see here is your Selenium IDE. Now, don't worry about what you're seeing in here. This is from the previous class. So let me just reset it back. So let me just make it, reset it back so that you can see. Okay, so let me do it one more time. So Tools, Selenium IDE. And if you see this box popping up, that means that we have successfully downloaded and installed Selenium IDE, which is nothing but a plugin of Firefox browser. What was the intent? Why did we even download it? Because we want to learn Selenium IDE. What can Selenium IDE do for us? It will do automation testing for us. Can you show me an example how to do that? Well, let us bring up a test case. What do you want to test? Well, I want to test that site. We have a test case here. So we want to do that. We want to go and search for the ticket price of that site. So let's, so how to do that? This is what I will be doing. So what I will do right now is, Selenium IDE is a tool that is going to do the recording. It is going to do the recording, right? So first of all, let us get to know a little bit about this tool, right? So if you notice, sometimes what happens is I get people who comes back and say that I try to follow like what you have shown us in the class, but there is no menu items like a tool there. So how can I do that? Well, I would say that probably it is like that. It is like that. Of course, there is no menu item. So what you do, you go here and right click on it and say, give me the menu. So it'll give you the menu. Then you go to Tools and you go and open Selenium IDE. As simple as that, right? As simple as that. Okay, now that I have the Selenium IDE, let us do a little bit about learning about what is the Selenium IDE. So if you take a look up here, these are the menu items on the top, right? As you can see, every tool, like if you're doing a Microsoft Word, if you want to make your resume, fast forward 4 weeks from now, you're all good with Selenium. Now you want to make your resume. So you'll open Word. When you open Word, you will see that on the top you have menu items, right? What do you do with the menu items? You will click on File and say, Open my resume, right? Or if you say, Save my resume, things like that. The same thing over here as well. So if I do File, it's not going to say Open resume, but it will say Open what? Open test case. It's a new test case. Open a test case that is already saved. If you have saved any test case, then only you can open it. I mean, of course, I can, because in my previous classes, I did save. So when I click on open, it will show so many test cases. Notice here, so many test cases I have saved from the previous classes. But in your case, you have to create a new test case first, right? Okay, so we talked about the menu item. The next is the base URL. Base URL is something that you have to put, something that you want to test. What do I want to test? I want to test, let's say I want to test dice.com, and I want to see if there are Selenium jobs available, right? So the application that I'm testing is dice.com. So I will go in here and say HTTP :// and I would say right here dice.com. I would say dice.com. Okay, that's that. Now, so the second thing here is about your application that you are going to test. Then you would say that what is this fast and slow, and what are these things? These things are when you have over here, if you see here, there are two parts. There's a left part and then there is a right part. On the left part, you have this as a test case, and this is untitled. That means that we did not give this test case a title. So you can give this test case a title when you save it. So when I save a test case, that means that I will have something over here that I will save. And after you save, what do you do with that? You want to run those instructions. You want to, because you would be saving some of the actions that you perform on the browser. You would be saving that, and then we can replay them. So these are the things that you are using to replay. This is replay fast, slow, and all that, and this is to replay. You would say that why do you have two in here? Because if you see this, that means that play entire test suite. So what is a test suite? A test suite is nothing but it's a collection, a group of test cases. Right now I have only one. I don't have more. If I have more, then I could do this. If I have only one, I could run with this, right? Okay, before I run, I have to have something here that I should be saving, and then I could run that, right? So first of all, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be looking into this button. Look into this button. What is that button? That button is something called a toggle, meaning that one time it is recording, and you click on the same button to stop the recording. So is it recording right now? Bring your mouse and hover over it, and it will say that, yeah, I'm recording right now. If you want to stop the recording, now what is it recording? Is it recording my voice? No, come on, it's not recording my voice. What can it record? It can record the actions that I perform on a browser. So which browser or which application I should be performing those actions? Well, on Dice. So why don't we go to Dice? So let's go to Dice. So we go http://dice.com. So I went to Dice. Here is my Dice. Now, what is my test case? My test case is if you come here and enter in the search box some term, some text term. What are we searching? You would say that, why don't you show me how many Selenium jobs are there? So I would say, okay, let's do Selenium. If I can spell Selenium, right? So I entered Selenium. Do you want to be more specific, like Selenium WebDriver jobs or Selenium IDE jobs? We'll say, no, come on, for now, just keep it Selenium. Okay, we kept it as Selenium. If I sit here idle without clicking on this find jobs, I could sit here for years, right? Not literally years, but for hours, and nothing would happen, right? So for me to do something, I have to click on this, right? So what did I first do? I came to this website, Second, I entered some text. Third, I'm clicking on this find job, right? I clicked on this find job. When I do that, right, probably my computer is slow, or the application itself is slow. See here, connecting up here, connecting. So probably my computer is slow or whatever. So you would say that, why don't you buy a faster computer? I would say it's not about the computer. It's about people who might be watching Netflix. My daughter might be watching Netflix, and I am doing this, and she's watching Netflix, and you know, my cat might be watching her. No. Okay, so coming back in here, you notice that there are 1,044 jobs, results rather. I mean, shouldn't say jobs, but results, right? Okay, so first of all, I did few things in here, right? So let us go back and see. Let us go back and see if it recorded my action. So let me bring up here, and lo and behold, what we have is something here, right? There's something like open and type and click and wait. Something is here. Okay, so that's what I did. I opened the website, I typed Selenium there, and I clicked on the button. Okay, I guess that's my recording. So I'm going to stop my recording. I'm going to now recording. So click to stop. Okay, I click stop. So this is something like a huge big deal that I did. Big, huge test. Okay, type Selenium, click on a button, right? I mean, well, we will take baby steps, right? Very soon you will find me doing huge, big tests, but right now I have to start at some point, so that's what I did, right? So since we have created, this is a test, by the way, right? We have performed something and it recorded. So let us save it first before we run it. So how do we save? Go on to File and then say Save Test Case As, right? So you click on that, and now here is something that I want to bring it to your attention. Look at my computer, and I want you to just look at my computer. On my computer, I'm on my C drive right now. And if you see here, there's something AB, Glow, ABI, then there is, you know, alphabetically, Advanced QTP Training, Android Development Training, Apache, Bugzilla, Cucumber, .NET, so many trainings, Java, Jenkins, right? So we provide all this training, so all these trainings are sitting on. So something with S as in Selenium, S as in Selenium is here. So since I'm dealing with Selenium, so I will show you only about Selenium. So when I double click on Selenium, so you create a folder on your machine called Selenium, right? Because you're taking Selenium training, I want you to do everything in that folder so that you don't save your stuff like everywhere, right? I want you to get organized, be organized if you are already an organized person. So create a Selenium folder on your C drive, and in there is going to be empty, right? So as we progress in this course, we will be creating some folders in here. So today you should be creating a folder in there, and that folder you should call it as IDE, because we are already in Selenium, IDE test cases. So create a folder IDE test cases, and inside that we will be saving it. Now you say that how come you already have it in here? Because I've been teaching for like 100 years, so all this is here, right? So we will come back in here, and I am going to save it in Selenium and IDE test cases. So come back here, go here, and we want to save there one more time. So I'm going to go File, Save Test Case As, and where am I saving? C drive, and I'm going to S as in Selenium, and inside it you will go to IDE test cases, and here we will save it. Let's see what kind of a name I am going to give it to save it. So this is a test case, right? TC as in test case, underscore. This is the month of March, so I'm going to call it March, and this is the year 2014. Underscore, this is dice, right? Dice. So that's what I want to save it as, PC underscore March 2014 dice, right? So that's the test case, and I saved it. So see here, test case March 2014 dice. Okay, now we have recorded. Now let's see the automation, whether it is working or not. So how can I find out if it is working? Well, I have to run it, I have to play it, and then it will work, right? So in order to play, which button should I be clicking? If I have more tests in here, then I would be clicking this. Since I have only one, let me just click that. So if I do that, what is my expectation? What should happen? It should automatically open a browser and type in that browser this Selenium and then click on the submit button. It should do it automatically. So let us see if it does that. I clicked on it. I'm sitting back and I'm trying to relax here. Let us see if it does that. Now, you are seeing something like a purple or cream color here, right? And you don't see anything happening. Well, that is because if you see here, right? I will, for now, if you see, it is doing that. It is searching because, as I said, either the site is slow. Now you see the Selenium type. Now you see that. Okay, so if you come back and see here, it did all this, and you have a green thing here. That tells that whatever I did, actions that I did, it did work. So I did automation. You are saying, what? I could not even see what you did. I don't know what you just did. I would say, basically, it happened so fast that you don't know what you did. So let me do it slowly. So turn it all the way slow. Let me go somewhere else. Let me think that, and let me make sure that we are in Google, right? Google website or someplace. Now let us do this automation. So if I run it, it should take me to which site? Dice.com. So it should take me to Dice. And then it should type Selenium and it should click the submit button. Let's see if it does that. So I clicked on that. I'm waiting. It took me to Dice and it typed Selenium and it clicked on that button and we got whatever it is, right? Yay! What we just did is automation. You would say that, come on, can't be this easy. Can't be this easy. I will say that yes, it is this easy. It is very easy. Trust me, it is very easy. You would say, can you show me a more like a complex one, right? This seems to be like too little for me to follow. Just take me to another one. Show me another one. Okay? I would say that. How about if we go to that Travelocity, travelocity.com. I hope she's well rested and she's gone. Oh God, she's there. Anyway, so let us do this. So this is for Dice. So I have to do what? Just tell me, what do you think I should do? New test case, correct? Okay. So file, and what? New test case. Now, before I do this new test case, do you think I should kind of like close this test case? Right? So I can do that by just closing it. It's gone. So I have to bring back who? I have to bring back the Selenium IDE. Where do you go to bring back Selenium IDE? Can somebody guide me? Can somebody tell me where I should go to bring Selenium IDE? Because I want to do some recording. Tell me, where should I go? Okay, I have such a nice people here. Bill, my friend, says that, come on, go to tools. Okay, tools. He says that, do you see that Selenium IDE? Yes, sir, I do. Why don't you click on that, it says. And I said, okay, I click on it. Then it says, okay, this is what you do. What test are you doing? I said, Travelocity. He says, okay, go here, type Travelocity. I said, all right, I will type Travelocity. Okay. He says, whatever you are going to do, make sure that it is recording. Make sure that it is recording. So let me just, gently bring my mouse and hover over it, and I see that, yeah, it is recording. So now he says, all right, your test case is you are doing a flight search, right? Yes, sir, flight search. So go and click on this flight. Okay, I clicked on the flight. Then he says, enter the leaving from. Let's say I am leaving from the Los Angeles airport. So I type LOS, and as I do that, it is showing me everything about it, right? So we can take that, or I can just enter LAX as the airport. I can enter LAX. And next thing is, I want departing, and departing, I am, let's say I'm going to enter. I will not select something. I will enter, and I will say that I think I'm departing on 03, and this is 29 and of 2014. That's when I'm departing, right? Okay. Then it says, okay, how about time? I'll leave it as any. Going to, where am I going? Let's say I'm going to New York. New York is JFK, let's say, right? Okay, I'm going to JFK. All right. And when am I returning? I'm returning, let's say, on that, right? On that I'm returning. Okay. Who is going on this trip? Me and me alone. Okay, one person. Okay, is everything done? Yeah, I guess so. Then I think I have to, I'm not worrying too much about it being non-stop or refundable. You know what, it's a long flight, so let me take a non-stop flight and let me click on search, right? I'm doing this all like what we do in real life, right? I mean, this is what we do in real life, right? So that's what I'm doing. So let us see if it is searching. So it is searching, and I think it's my internet connection is slow, and I will make sure in the next class I tell my daughter no Netflix, no Netflix. She is a big, all of us, we are big fans of because Netflix offers you such a nice for about $8. I have no affiliation with Netflix. I'm not trying to sell you Netflix. Please don't, make these assumptions like I have something to do if you go and buy some Netflix subscription. No, I have nothing to do with it. I like it. I mean, for that price of whatever they have, I mean, I like it. So I apologize for it being slow. I mean, the session is almost completing, so I don't want to interrupt you guys and get out and ask her to shut her whatever Netflix. So we'll just wait it out. So basically, it is searching, and then you will have some results. Now, let me go and see what it had done in the IDE. And as you can see, look at that. Now we have some code. Now we are talking. Now you would say that I don't know what these things are. I will say that don't worry about it. This is just day one. Don't worry about it. When I start in the next class, I'm going to spend about like a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you will know everything about it. Right now, I am just going to stop this test, right? Save this test. So file, save test case as, and I'm going to give it a name. Let's say test case, and this is for what? This is for velocity, and the behavior that we are testing is flight search, right? Are we not searching a flight? Is this a hotel search or a cruise search, or is this like a rental car? I mean, because all of those are the features of Travelocity. They are a broker. They will help you book your flights. They will help you book your hotel rooms. They will help you book your cars. They will help you book your cruises, right? So we as a automated tester down the road, we should be responsible for testing all that functionality. At some point we have to begin, we have to start, so I'm starting you off on this flights. Now, is this going to be the application that we are going to test? Yes and no. There are many other applications, and it really doesn't matter what application you test as long as you know how to test it. Now, for your resume, I will walk you through, I will give you one of the projects that we would be doing as a part of this, we will do that, so I'll be talking about that in the next class. Okay, I'm going to save this, right? So we have the flight search. Now, I will go ahead and then I will run it. So in order to run, let me go to Google, and let me, you would say that, why are you going to Google? I would say that I have to go someplace. If not Google, maybe Yahoo, right? Or someplace, it doesn't matter, right? So that you can see that, it is this Selenium IDE, it is doing some work. What sort of work? It will be opening this address. It will come to Travelocity and it will click on something. It will do all of these actions. So let's run it. Do you want to run in the fastest mode? Maybe not. So let it, roll all the way to the slow area, and then let us go and then run it. So if I run it, right? If I run it, after I click on it, what I'm going to do is this place I am just going to collapse, right? So that you just see all the instructions, and I'm just going to make it very well so that I can put it on the side here, right? And you can see what is happening here. Okay, let me run it right now. Now you see different colors here. If it is cream or beige color, that means that it is executing that at that instant. That instant it is running that command. Once it passes that command, it turns to light green. Light green means that, okay, it passed that. It was successfully able to execute that particular step. Okay, let us click on it and then watch. So what is your expectation? If everything will work the way you had performed, then it should go, Selenium should go and then do all that for you, correct? Yeah, so let's do it, right? Okay, there it goes, and it is going to go bring to Travelocity, and then it is look into that leaving from. Now it should be able to type something in the leaving from. There it is. It should be able to type something in the departing, right, or select. There it is. And then it should be able to type something in the going to. There it is. Returning. There it is. Automation, my friend. Automation, right? And it should be able to go and then click on that. There you go. Automation. And did all the steps pass? Yeah. I did collapse this portion, so I'm gonna make some space. And do I have a green here? Yeah. That means that we have successfully created a test case using Selenium IDE. We recorded our actions. We know as how to basically create that. I mean, I don't want to call it a script, but for now, we created this in Selenium IDE, and at this time, I know as how to use Selenium IDE. I could go and do any test. Can you show me before you do one more? I would say, come on now. You have to do it. Don't you think you have to do it? Right? I can show you 20 other, but you have to do it. How about an assignment? Right? Let's talk about an assignment. The assignment that I am going to give you right now is the following, and I want you to ask me questions if you are not understanding the assignment. Okay? The assignment is, I want you to go and to this site, screencast.com. Okay, screencast.com. And I want you to create a new account, automate creating this new account, right? Now, if it is a manual test, look at the manual test. If it is a manual test, how would I do it? I would come in here, you enter some email address, doesn't matter. I mean, it need not be yours because we are just testing it. So you can put something, that's fine. If you want to put yours, that's fine, but we will be giving you the videos and all that. So I don't know which, but it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead, create anything, right? So some email, password, verify password, display name, and then this, and then click on the sign up, and it should be able to successfully create an account. You have to automate this. You have to automate this. Now, I want to hear from all of you, a yes or a no answer. Can you do it? And I want to please, I am asking you for one favor. Please respond. Kindly respond. Can you do it? Yes or no? After I showed you everything, can you use Selenium IDE and automate this test case and do it? So far I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So I have not seen a no yet, but I have not seen everybody saying yes either. So if you have a feeling, slightest feeling where you think that I don't know, maybe I can't do it, that's fine. Just tell me if you cannot do it. But I think it's doable, correct? With Selenium IDE, what I am trying to do is, because I have to explain you the whole process. Almost took like an hour and a half for me because I was going step by step. But very soon, do you think that the whole thing that it took me almost like an hour and a half to explain if you time yourself, not that you have to rush, but if you time yourself, I think you would be able to do it in like 15 to 20 minutes. You would say, are you kidding me? 15, 20 minutes? I can do it in 5 minutes. So I'll come back and ask you, oh, you think that this is that easy that you could do it in 5 minutes? You say, yeah. Well, then I have some news to share with you. Selenium overall, it is going to be this easy. It is my promise to you. I will make you learn Selenium. It's a guarantee that I will make you learn Selenium. The challenge is on me to make sure that I make you learn Selenium. You will learn Selenium. If at all, if you come back and if you tell me that, you know what, it's so difficult, man, I cannot. I have not seen a student who came back and who told me that, I've been doing it for a little over 4.5 years here, right? Not anybody who came back and said that it is very difficult. They might, they would say that, yeah, I think I have to put in, because, not everything is going to be this easy as well, because as we progress, it has to be, if they are paying you, come on, think about it and apply some logic to it. If somebody's paying you about like $60 an hour, right? $55 an hour. There should be something more to it, right? It cannot be like flipping burgers in McDonald's, right? Long time back, about 20 years ago, I did that. But I'm giving away all my secrets and all my stories to you. What I did. Okay. I would leave you with this, that I want to see you back on Wednesday. For those of you folks who have not registered, if you have any concerns or questions about, whether you should still take it or not, I would say there are some videos on our website. Go and watch those videos, and you will get to see, what else we're going to be doing. But I think I have given you enough information that you should be able to make up your mind whether you want to do it or not. Submission of the assignments will be at the word assignments, plural, at TrainingRite.com. Assignments at TrainingRite.com. I gave you the assignment. With this assignment, this is what I'm expecting. If you complete the assignment, it's an easy assignment. I understand, because day one, it's easy. But you would have downloaded Selenium IDE, you would have installed it, and you would have done it. And you ask me a question, how am I going to be submitting that assignment? This is what I want to see from you. If you give me a screenshot of this, right? Send me a screenshot of this. And you don't really have to send anything but a screenshot of this. Then I know few things. What do I know? I know that he or she not only went and downloaded this IDE, because you have to download it, and they successfully downloaded it. They created the script. Because I'm seeing green, that means that he or she successfully ran it. So that means that they have learned whatever was the objective of day one. Objective of day one was to introduce you to Selenium IDE. That was my objective for day one. And I think I tried my best to transfer my knowledge of IDE to you, and very soon we'll be doing a lot more. And when I see you back on Wednesday, we will be getting started, and we'll be doing, believe it or not, I'm going to take you into WebDriver on Wednesday, because RC Server, we will cover it, either through the videos, or I will take one session on RC Server and I will do RC server somewhere in the middle, maybe in the 5th or 6th class. But I will very soon take you into WebDriver, meaning Wednesday itself, I will start talking about WebDriver, and you will have a very good time on Wednesday. You will learn a lot. Okay, with that said, any questions you guys have? Nivedita, there is a question. She asked, instead of recording, can we write scripts or commands to perform the same action? Yeah, the answer to that question is yes, you can do that. Now, how to do it? Some of the videos will show it to you, and in the next class, very briefly, I will cover that, and I'll show it to you. But if you have the videos from the previous class, they will show it to you as well. How soon will you post each class onto screencast so that we can view it again? This video is a 2-hour video, so it takes an equal amount of time to process it. Here in New York, it's about 10:04 p.m. here, and after I end the session, the video will take almost an hour and a half to process. So we are talking about almost midnight, and if I am awake, I will upload it right at that time. If I am asleep, then I will try to do it sometime early in the morning when I get up. That should answer that question. When should we expect to have the access of Selenium videos? You should get the videos if you are a paid member, and you are, Hitesh, so you already have the previous videos already. This video, as I said, it will take about 2 hours in a minimum, maybe a little bit sooner than that. What does IDE stands for? That is, how about that being a question for you? I mean, I could very quickly answer that. It stands for I for an integrated, I-N-T-E-G-R-A-T-E-D, integrated development environment, right? So it's an integrated development environment. That's what, if I have to, because sometimes things, they get muffled when I say certain things with my pronunciation, and because it's you, Erica, I am going to okay, so that's that. Any other questions, guys? Let me see if you have any other questions. If you don't, I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of the evening, depending on where you are. If you're on the West Coast, it's still early in the evening. But for us in New York, I'm going to hit my bed right now. Okay, see you guys on Wednesday. For those of you folks who are going to register, go to TrainingRite.com, and of course you can go to this pricing, and you can, depending on what you're taking. Let's say if you're taking a single course, this course will cost you $349 if you take it as a single course. We have so many courses, so if you go with a 12-course package, the same course is averaging for $100. So but I understand not everybody needs a lot of courses, so if you just need one, then pay $349. If you need more, then this is the best deal that you could have, because it averages $200 per course. And believe it or not, there are some courses that are priced at $500. This course, Ruby, is $500 course, right? So people would literally come on their knees to hire you when you get this skill, this BDD. But that's some other day we'll talk about it. Okay, let you go. Enjoy. See you back on Wednesday. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.